Good morning, Vikings. Today I'd like to introduce a very special friend and a very good friend of mine. Wearing a Team Fort Walton Beach High School shirt today is Miss Cindy Gates, principal at Choctawhatchee High School.
And good morning. I would also like to introduce a very good friend of mine dressed in big green attire this morning, and that is Miss Charlene Couvillon, principal of Fort Walton Beach High School.
This morning, Indians and Vikings, Miss Gates and I want to talk to you about the big game and the week leading up to the big game that we enjoy every year when we celebrate the rivalry of Fort Walton Beach High School and Choctawhatchee High School. Folks, you know that we are two schools that serve one community. We're friends. Miss Gates and I are friends. We like to do things outside of school. We like to do things with school. We're friends. But on Friday night, both of us want to win. But leading up to that, we support each other, we help each other, and I know our students are friends, our parents are friends, we go to church together, we do the same activities outside of school together, and we want us to remember, and we want you to remember, that foremost, we are one community.
Ms. Couvillon, our expectations are that this is going to be a positive experience for everybody involved, for our students, for our faculty, for our parents, and for just in general the Fort Walton Beach and Choctaw community, because we do share a town, and that makes this rivalry even more exciting during most years. But it is about a positive experience, so we want students and parents to attend all their pep rallies at their respective schools, that we also want them to attend the ball game, and we want it to be lots of cheering, lots of good things, lots of music. The bands are doing great things, fun things happening, no matter what the score is on the field. Absolutely. That we're still keeping this fun and positive in the stands, and making some good choices and decisions about that evening. Not just that evening on the field, but also leading up to that evening. And so let's talk a little bit about our school, that our property, what's really considered private, where a student should and shouldn't be during the week of before the game, and how we as friends and partners are going to handle that.
Absolutely. One thing that Mrs. Gates and I both want is we want an intense, strong, well thought out game. But we want the rivalry to be on the field. We really need to respect each other's property, both schools and private property. In years past, I know we've had some of our kids come over and damage property over here at Choctaw, and we've had Choctaw kids come to Fort Walton and damage property, and both of us have probably paid over the years thousands of dollars to fix that damage. And guys, that is very much unacceptable.
And let me say, it makes it very stressful on the leadership of those two schools, as we work very hard together as friends to even improve our school in many ways. But when we have to come to school on a morning where our school has been vandalized, then it is truly it's a sad day for us, because we know that we have students that didn't make the right decision and stepped over the line, and that certainly there are going to be consequences there. So if there's vandalism that is involved, then the law takes over there. That is something you can't go out and vandalize Publix. Well, you can't go and vandalize Fort Walton Beach High School, nor could you do that to Choctaw High School. The key to that is that for your students, Ms. Couvillon, to stay on your side of town and stay at your school as they begin to celebrate and get ready for the big game. And then for the Choctaw students to stay on our side of town and stay at our school and on our property as we get ready to celebrate the big game. And there's certainly going to be consequences if students don't do that on either side of town. So please take this to heart and understand that we don't want to have to deal with any of these situations.
Absolutely.
We want it to be a great week, but if you decide to make a choice like that there definitely is a consequence. and we have worked together to decide what kind of consequences that are appropriate. And also, if it's vandalism, then it means calling the sheriff's department for them to handle that. We have spent, between the two of us, quite a bit of money over the last probably 8 to 10 years that we've been together, and it just isn't the way we want to celebrate the week. We want it to be, again, something good, exciting, and energizing for our whole community, but always positive.
Absolutely. And one other thing, students, that Mrs. Gates and I talk about that we worry about is you jumping in a car, driving fast, going by and trying to throw things at other people, and you getting hurt. We are very, very concerned about your safety. I know I've gotten phone calls from Choctaw parents where they say our kids have gone over and done this, and Ms. Gates has gotten phone calls from our parents where her students have done things that have put other people and themselves in jeopardy. And folks, we don't want that. We do not want the phone call in the middle of the night that one of you have been involved in a bad accident or have hurt yourself in some way. We want this to be fun, but guys, you are so smart, you've got to use your brains.
And please let me say one other thing about consequences, and that is that these consequences can be far-reaching. So if you really make a bad choice, for juniors and seniors and underclassmen, as you're looking for admissions to colleges, you're looking for jobs, you're looking for things like that, if you have a record that involves the law at some point, because you made a bad choice during a week that we want to be fun, exciting, and we want to enjoy that Friday night. Again, we are dearest of friends. We both want to win the ball game, but we are still friends before and after the game as we build up to that. And we work together very closely as schools to make sure that we're treating our students that make good choices in a very positive way, but students who choose to make some negative choices, we work together to make sure that we're treating everybody fairly during this week. So please know how important it is to us that this, again, is a big week for our community, but that it's positive interaction and a lot of spirit from both schools on that evening.
Well, Ms. Gates, I'm looking forward to a very exciting week. It's a big district game for both of our teams because the winner goes on to the playoffs and the loser moves on into basketball. So I hope that you have a great week, and I hope our students make sure that you have a great week, and go Indians.
Thank you, Ms. Couvillon. I too hope that the week is really something that our students, all of our students, can make some really lasting memories that are good ones. It is a huge game for both teams. It is for a district playoff seat. Like you said, one of us will be playing basketball and the other one will continue to play football. And that'll be okay because we'll be supporting each other. But I want to say good luck. Good luck to the Indians out there, and good luck to the Vikings. And I also would like to just close by saying, students, we have a lot of respect for you and hope that you make right choices and have a great week.